What's up, you guys? My name is Hutch, and I make videos and put them on the internet. Today's Friday, which is usually the day that I do a So Your video and talk about which movies are coming out, but I don't know what fucking movies are coming out because I wasn't paying attention. So if you guys are cinephiles, or fellow cinephiles in the comments section, and feel like recommending a movie to me that's coming out this week, then feel free to let me know because I haven't seen anything. But today is also the day where I normally do a So Your video where I take some questions and comments that you guys have and just kind of freeball it, and I treat it like a podcast or a talk show or something like that, and people decide if they think that I'm someone that's worth listening to, and if they do think that, then they usually stick around, and if they don't, then they take off. But sometimes a third type of person remains and likes to remind me of everything I owe them on YouTube. The entitlement generation is what I call them. And sometimes they do get to me, and they got to me this morning. And so instead of doing a So Your video today, I decided to talk a little bit about maybe explaining myself, like a mission statement, as it were, for how I run my channel and how I used to run my channel and how and why that's changed. And so I want to say, and if you guys are looking for the So Your video today, I'm sorry to disappoint, but this is, but I think you might get some similar lessons that you might have gotten if I would have answered some questions or something like that. Because I want to talk about the inevitability of change and this idea that you've changed, man, you're just not the same. I do want to address that because it's an important part of what I do and how I look at what I do and how I respond to what I do. And so what happened was last night I've been playing a lot of Crisis 3, and I love that game. I don't know why. It just clicks with me, and I love it, and I get addicted to it, and I feel like Neo. And it's okay that it's 30 frames a second, but the Crisis 3 is so much smoother than 2, and I think it's a gem, and I think that most people unfortunately might overlook it, and people that would like the game if they actually sat down to play it, but that's neither here nor there. So I really like Crisis, and last night I was playing for about 3 hours, and then I sat down for 2 or 3 hours and edited a 2-minute montage. And the reason why it took me that long is because I'm not a classically trained editor. I never went to school. Everything that I do in a video, and I edit all my own videos, but everything I do, I taught myself, or Wood, Hollywood Angels, sitting next to me in Respawn for 2.5 years, taught me he taught me more about pacing and structure and certain principles that you shouldn't violate unless there's like a real purpose to it, and that helped me out more than anything else. But I taught myself how to edit, and one of the ways I taught myself how to edit was doing a montage, and so I spent 2 or 3 hours on it, and there was so much like fine-tuning with that video that I posted last night that most people wouldn't notice. But like the audio tracks, for example, in that game, a lot of the times if it's a single shot, like if I'm looking for the final kill with like a headshot, they have like, it's like 2 noises in Crisis 2, and so I would go in and get rid of like the first initial, so then it scooted over so it'd make sure that it was a nice satisfying like boom on a beat drop or something like that. And then of course there's that took me a long time. That video took me a long time to do, and I was very happy with it. I was like, man, if someone is a fan of Crisis, I think that they would really enjoy this video. And this morning I woke up, and the ratings were great. You guys always seem to like my videos, which is awesome. But the comments, I was just like, what is going on? I started scrolling through, and there were like people that were writing these eloquent and articulate paragraphs about how what I do, I'm not putting any effort into it anymore, and number one, how the clips were bad. They're not, by the way. I'm not cocky about most things. Like in Call of Duty, I'm an average player, I will say that. In Crisis 3, I am not an average player. Like I would probably win if you and me ended up, because I love this game, and not many people on console are taking the time to invest themselves in it and get good, which is awesome for me, because then I just get to, it's so fun, because not everybody's that good at the game, and so I just run around and destroy people. Like the footage was not, you're crazy if you think that clearing out 4 people from a pod site on Crisis 3 is bad. That's not the logic just blows my mind. And so why am I talking about this? Well, it bothered me, obviously, enough to make a video about it. Not because I'm like painfully self-conscious or that I lack all confidence. I am self-conscious and I do lack confidence in some areas, but don't get it twisted. Like, I think I'm awesome, and I know that I put in effort into just about every video I make, and if I don't put a lot of effort into it, there's usually a reason. Like, that video called for not having a lot of effort. It was like a homebrew kind of thing. But I want to say this to people that maybe subscribed a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I've changed. Absolutely. 100%. There is no disputing that I have changed. Like, big personality changes since the beginning of this entire YouTube whirlwind that completely came in and fucked up and changed my entire life. It disrupted everything. But when it started, this is what I want to say about that. When it started, I had bought. I mean, I was working with a shitty laptop. It was like $800 HP. It took me literally 20 hours to render a 5-minute SD video. 20 hours. So I would set the render overnight. It would still be going by the time I woke up. I would go to work. When I was waiting tables, I would work my ass off all day, and I would come home, and then the render would be done, and then I would spend time uploading on like a 3 down and 1 up speed. I did that for a year, over a year, when I first started doing this. For no other reason besides I had just broken up with my girlfriend at the time, was really bored, and I needed an outlet. When I look back on it, I was being irresponsible. I was spending way too much money on video games, spending way too much time on video games, and ignoring the things that I should have been paying attention to, and I got rewarded for it. I got a job for it. I got YouTube notoriety for it. And I don't know, I mean, I don't know what happened, and I'm not sure why it happened, but that's what happened. And but at that time, I was making videos that took 15 minutes for the actual process of making it, not rendering and capturing, but making it. 15 minutes. I would drop a gameplay in a Sony Vegas track, press record on a microphone, and just talk for 10 minutes about nonsense. And that's not to say that those videos weren't entertaining to some people. I hope they were, but that's not strictly what I'm interested in doing anymore. The point of me bringing that up was to say that the videos back then required no effort. Like, I used to make montages and stuff like that and teach myself to edit, and then they were shitty montages, and then I would really take my time and enjoy myself. Like, a montage is really kind of like a painting for me. It seems real nerdy, and it is kind of nerdy, but I love doing it. There's something so satisfying making a video that syncs to music really well. And so I guess the point of this video today was to say that I don't do that anymore. I spend time on every video I make. I make sure that it's polished to the best of my ability. Sometimes I'll get lazy and forget about audio levels and things like that, which I've been better at lately, making sure that it doesn't peak and things like that. But I spend a lot of time, and I put a lot of care in every video I make. And if you are one of those subscribers that takes a look at something as innocent and harmless as a Crysis 3 montage for any other fellow fans of the game, which there only seems to be a few of us, which is totally fine. Keep the community small. I like it when it's small. And I don't mind if views dip for Crysis 3 either. I don't care. Otherwise, I wouldn't be posting it. You guys know what video game I'm playing based on what I'm posting, and I'm playing Crysis 3 right now. And but this experience has changed me, and I have moments of self-consciousness, but I no longer crave or need approval like I used to. And so if you leave a comment saying you're outdated and I don't like watching your videos anymore, you might elicit like a very small response, and then it's usually like, Liz needs something from CVS, or Charles is barking and needs to, like, my life does not, it doesn't affect me that much. And I made a video like this a couple weeks ago, but I will do it again today. If you are on the fence about unsubscribing from me, and if you think if this my little neck of the woods isn't cutting it for you anymore, I don't want you to stay. I don't want you. I don't need you. I don't. And that's and I say that for everybody, really. Like I appreciate all the great relationships that I've made on YouTube, even if they are superficial and some people I haven't even met in real life. But I don't need any of this. I don't. I've left it before. I mean, I came back, but I'm having fun now. That's why. If I wasn't happy, you'd see it, and I wouldn't be doing this. And this sort of thing. What I'm doing now makes me happy. Way happier than any time on YouTube before, ever, for me. And if this is not cutting it for you anymore, then just go. You know, it's fine. You don't need to make it weird. We don't need to go to Noah's Bagels and sit down with a cup of coffee to talk about it, to discuss who gets what. You just click unsubscribe. It's fuck. You know? Like if you're gonna watch a Crisis 3 video and the title says Crisis 3, and the thumbnail says Crisis 3, and the text on the thumbnail is talking about things relating to Crisis 3, and you don't like Crisis 3, why the fuck would you watch the video? You gotta be bored, man. And people call me a nerd for uploading gameplay onto YouTube. You have to be the boredest, saddest, one of the boredest, saddest, loneliest folks to sit there day in and day out and watch videos of people you don't like featuring gameplay from video games you don't like either. What kind of when I think about that, then I become less upset because I'm like, oh, that sounds like a really fucking sad, like if someone actually takes the time to do these things, that's just, I'm rambling. And I don't mean to, I won't do these kind of videos that often, and I'd be very surprised if many of you are sticking around till the 12-minute mark here, but I kind of want to like put it out there, and then if I'm not around in the comments, maybe you guys who do come by and like watch every video I make can hop in the comments and correct people every once in a while for me if I'm not around. But that's my mentality. If you see anything on my channel, it's because I wanted to make it for whatever reason, either to show awesome gameplay or to make you laugh or to make you think or to stroke my own ego. But there's always a reason for it, and if my reasons aren't really lining up with your reasons, then just go. It's fucking fine. Go. It's not worth it. Too much hassle to stick around for something that you're not even enjoying. And I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. Don't you worry about me, little buddy. Your unsubscription really is not changing my life at all. Not the bottom line, not the top line, not the middle line. There's no, like, if you unsubscribe, it's fine, if you don't like it. And for those of you guys who do like it, then stick around. Keep watching if you like it. And you guys are the ones that I like. I have interesting conversations with you guys on Twitter and Facebook and on YouTube all the time. Like, interesting conversations that make me think. And I'm grateful to you guys. To you guys, I'm grateful, and I try to focus on you guys more than the other guys. Just so happened today's video is focused on people that can fuck themselves, but most of the time I like to think that I'm pretty appreciative and engaging with you guys. Anyways, that's your video for Friday. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to go hang out with my friend and have a good weekend in Santa Cruz.